Revolution Cycles business partners Mike Hammonwright and Santiago Gonzalez piled together their life savings to start their bike store. Their first day of business, they were robbed. The second day, also robbed. Now, quitting might have been tempting, but the men persevered to go on to become successful and enjoy the rewards of success, like riding bikes with George Bush.
He rides one of the nicest bikes, one of the nicest treks.
And keeping those bikes in tip-top shape.
When we went to, we went to the White House. He invited us, and we walked around. And I was there by myself because I was waiting for Mike. So I'm walking around, and I walked downstairs, and there was a little section that was closed off. And when I went there, I'm looking around. I walk all the way to the end, and the lady asked me my name, and she gives me a little paper that says Peloton 1, which is his group, name. So even then, I still didn't figure it out. I'm walking around. There's a whole bunch of people there, and they said, I asked one of the ladies. I said, hey, where's this? She goes, oh, you don't know where this is going to? And I go, I don't have the slides. I said, this is my first time. She goes, oh, we're going to go here and meet with the president. We're going to take pictures with the president. I said, great. I said, no problem. I said, oh, that's all right. So as we were walking up to get to meet him, the next thing you know, the police officer that literally walks you to the president, right? So she looks at the little car. She goes, Santiago Gonzalez. And I go, yeah. She goes, I said, but when you introduce me, can you please introduce me as Santiago Pinky Gonzalez? And she goes, Pinky? And I go, yeah. And she goes, okay. Then she looks at me kind of weird. I said, look, I'm his mechanic. She goes, oh yeah, I heard he rides bike. Well, anyway, so as we get to the president, you see him shaking hands, taking pictures, and all of a sudden the lady comes up and says, Mr. President, Santiago Pinky Gonzalez, and all of a sudden you hear him go, Pinky? Then he turns around and he goes, Pinky, hey, come here, which really blew my mind because I wasn't expecting that. I didn't see that with anybody else. He goes, come on over here, meet Miss my wife. And she starts going, this is the guy that I keeps telling you that keeps me on my bike. This is Pinky, So I'm like, oh yeah, how you doing, Miss Bush? A pleasure meeting, and you too, Mr. President. I said it was a pleasure, being your mechanic. Oh, Pinky's been nice. So we chit-chatted for a couple of minutes, and then finally we went ahead and took the picture. And then that was it. And then finally, he also signed a article that was done for Bicycling magazine that had me as the first mechanic. So I finally, after giving the magazine to maybe 5 or 6 different people that work for the White House, I finally got it signed. And he yells at the guy who's his aide. He goes, hey, come here, bring me the paper. Jay, bring me the paper. He brings it to me. Finally, after all these years, I finally got him to sign the article, and that was it. Man. It was a great experience, being there. So,
going into the big ring, it won't.
How many can say they were robbed in their first 2 days of business, but made it? That they love what they do, and it shows, and that they personally tuned up the bikes of the most famous person in the world on any given year, a sitting U.S. president, Pinky Gonzalez from a little town in Spain, can say all three. This bicycle mechanic and businessman demonstrates that all it takes is a little hard work and a smile, and also a little good fortune and a lot of perseverance.
It's hard to check the pads from here, but I have to check your pads. It might be your pads or your cable might be stretched, or your brakes are fairly soft.